Hi friends, it's Deanna Williston from Our Blooming Catholic Life, and I'm coming to you on Wednesday night. Earlier today I filmed an episode on leaving the leaves and the canticle of the creatures, and all day it's been sticking in my head the phrase, praise be you, my Lord, with all your creatures, especially Sir, Brother, Son, who is the day and through whom you give us light. And he is beautiful and radiant with great splendor and bears a likeness of you, most high one. And all day that's been stuck in my head, right? And I've been thinking how the sun is resplendent like the Lord and all light and all good, right? And how in Revelation it says that we won't need light because the Lord will give it to us. And maybe the sun is like a sign of that. And I don't know, a little bit ago it hit me. Francis was already nearly blind when he wrote this, and I think he already had the stigmata, so it's almost like he was seeing with his new eyes, seeing into the other life. I think he wrote this when he was laying there with the stigmata in the little hut outside of San Damiano and the nuns were tending to him, and it strikes me because I even said God reveals himself to us through nature, right? And I don't think I was listening to myself because I read that again. And praise be you, my Lord, with all your creatures, especially Sir, Brother, Son. And if I spell Son with an O, it sounds so much like Jesus, who is the day and through whom you give us light. And he is beautiful and radiant and with great splendor and bears the likeness of you, most high one. And then praise be you, my Lord, through Sister Moon and the stars. In heaven you form them clear and precious and beautiful. And doesn't that sound like Mary, Queen of the Angels, right? Mary and her angels. And then praise be you, my Lord, through Brother Wind, and through the air, cloudy and serene, in every kind of weather, through whom you give sustenance to your creatures. And that's almost like the saints who have lived in every time and circumstance. And God has used them to show us his glory. Praise be you, my Lord, through Sister Water, who's very useful and humble and precious and chaste. And praise be you, my Lord, through Brother Fire. And that just sounds like the Holy Spirit there, because I thought it was so interesting. He said he is beautiful and playful and robust and strong. And that is the Holy Spirit. And it's like, what? And then praise be you, my Lord, through Sister Mother Earth, who sustains and governs us and produces various fruit with colored flowers and herbs. And I just reflected on like how the earth is this giant sphere, like the little wafer of bread we take in communion, right? And through that, the Holy Spirit bears fruit. I just see this completely differently than I did earlier. And I'm so much more in love with this. And I only had a minute to get on here because it's actually my formation meeting for candidacy for the Secular Franciscan Order is tonight. But I was just so moved with love of this canticle, so much moved by it. I'm going to be contemplating this for years and years to come. And I just want to give a moment of thanksgiving for Francis. I mean, can you imagine when you're laying there and you're your worst pain, you have the stigmata, the wounds of Christ, the pain he must have had. He's nearly blind. His eyes have been cauterized. Like, that can't have felt great, right? And he's in his last days. And this is what he does, is writes this beautiful canticle. He leaves us this as a guide. And do we even hear him? It's just so beautiful. I don't know that if I'm in that much pain and alone, and some people, I think Murray Bodo talked about how he probably felt the field mice crawling all over him because he was just in a little hut outside. And how awful it must have been, but how in that moment he's seeing beauty because he's seeing with the eyes of the soul, and he is already seeing the light of the new sun reigning in his heart. It's so beautiful, friends. I invite you to go back tonight. If you read the Canticle of the Creatures or Canticle of the Sun earlier today when we were talking about it with ecology in mind, I want you to go back and look at it again with the eyes of your soul. God bless you, friends. Have a blessed night.